Hi, I'm Steve Shelburne, owner and operator of Shelburne RV here in beautiful Cleveland, Tennessee. Well, good morning. We're back here on a Tuesday. I was off over the Easter holiday, made a trip down to see Mr. Wayne down at Douglas Shield, down to Fort Myers, pick up some juice from him. So Jen and I spent some time down there and saw some family while we were down there. Did that. But we're back here on a Tuesday morning. We've got multiple things going on. Man, it's for us, it's broke loose here. We've got so much work right now, and I've been trying to hire some help, and I think we had 32 applicants apply for a job and 3 that returned the phone call. So ended up hiring 2 of them, but this is the struggle nowadays is people who don't want to work. So that makes it tough. But we're getting through, and we're blessed to have as much work as we do. So the boys they're running with it right now, getting it all done. So it's what we do. You guys see what we do, so show it every week. So thanks for watching, guys. We're back here on a Monday or Tuesday. We're gonna get going. So let's go see what the boys were doing yesterday while I wasn't here. All right, so Mr. Lewis has got the PVC laid down on this roof, just working on fixturing and be doing sealant here shortly, but he's got the turn bar on. So he's just working towards doing that this morning. All right, working on a little Winnebago adventure, and listen to that noise. Look at the amp draw we've got. Now compressor 2 just kicked in. All right, so we can tell that this system 1 has no charge. So we're gonna get this one tore out and see what's going on. Hey, Mr. Lewis working on a Winnebago Journey, 6537. Came in, fan motor was giving problems. Now this one does have the original board in it, and you can see what kind of shape it's in. So Lewis went ahead and pulled it out of here and got it out. And it looks pretty good. Just needs a good cleaning. So he did test the cap. The cap was a little low, so the motor does run. So he's got obviously updated bearing and got a new cap sitting right there. And we're gonna put this back in, see what's going on. May have a problem with that board, but we'll see. All right, so we've got this one running. You can hear indoor fan, just came on. Compressor 1, but we've got no outdoor fan. And Lewis tested that with it plugged straight up when he had it out for the bearings, so we know that fan runs. So this being the original control board, we're going to go ahead and change this out and get the new style board in that. So we're going to do that now. All right, so new control board resolved all those problems. That thing's running good. You had your 20 degrees, Mr. Lewis?
Yes, sir.
Had 20 degrees on that, so new board fixed that. So he's getting ready to install this one back in. We'll retest. All right, looking at this one, we figured out where it's leaking at. Right there. So we'll have to go in here and resolve that, but that's what's going on with this one. Okay, so that unit right there, it's an 03 model unit. Obviously it's been leaking. We know the compressor's going to have some damage on it. So again, this is the direct replacement for this 46515 611. The customer would rather have the 2-year warranty with the brand new one, so we're going to order one in and then just change them out, and then I'll just stick that one over in my boneyard of stuff for later. So we've got that ordered. We'll get that in there. Mr. Lewis is over here getting that other one installed, and then we'll do the test on it. All right, so Mr. Lewis got the Winnebago Journey all finished up. He had his 21 degree differential on that, and those folks were from Minnesota, so they're actually heading back towards Minnesota. So they were on their way up from Florida, and he'd actually got creative. The the board was bad, so it wasn't allowing the outdoor fan to come on. So he had got him an automotive fan and was holding it up against there to get him through the hot months of the summer days. So it worked good. And so we got him all fixed up on his travels by. So he was heading from Florida back to Minnesota. So he's gone. We got him all fixed up. So there you go, guys. They come from everywhere to see me. So too far is not too far sometimes, but we got them all fixed up. All right, next project is 2006 Winnebago Tour. Now, this one came in and the jacks are in op, the slides are in op. And so we're doing a little bit of troubleshooting on this. And I've been on the phone with HWH this morning, and we are getting power to the motor. And you can see I've got the motor out right there. But the folks at HWH did say, because this does have a Parker motor in here, that they have seen over time that the motor may not necessarily be bad, but the pump may be froze up. And so what they wanted me to do was go ahead and pull this down and verify that the pump's not froze up. Now I've got that in the slot of the pump, and you can see I'm turning that without any problem. So we know at this point that the pump is not froze up. And so now we can go ahead and see about getting a motor ordered. But you know, you got to kind of double check those. That's a very expensive motor, and we don't want to just put a motor in there if that pump's got a problem. And so we verified that the pump is good. So I'm on the phone waiting for HWH to call me back, and we're going to find out what the availability is on the pump. They said they've got some, or the motor, but they said they got some, but got to find out. All right, so there goes the Winnebago Tour from Alaska. He's heading to Texas now, but we got him all fixed up and he's gone. So safe travels. Next project here this morning is this 6537. Now, first thing I'm seeing is, and he did say he's got a bad compressor, but there's a lot of oil going on right here. Not quite sure what's going on there, but we're going to jump into this one now and investigate it and see what's happening. Well, this one here turned out to be a little bit of a muddy mess. Go ahead, Lewis. Plenty of dirt coming out of that one. All right, so we got the brand new motor in for the HWH replacement, and this motor is bad right off the bat. You see, I tried to grind the paint off a little bit because I was worried it was a ground situation. Put it in the unit, didn't work, so I pulled it off, cleaned this up, took a jumper box, hit it here, touched it here, touched it here, nothing works. So I've been on the phone with HWH, and come to find out they had some issues with these motors. So they're going to be shipping another one out to me. Another project we're working on here in the shop's a big Tuscany. And so this one here is having some slide out issues. And so let me show you kind of what we found out, because it's actually got multiple problems going on here. So let me turn the camera around. I'll show you what's going on here. All right, so problem number one is, it's hard to see with the camera. This is not touching. Yeah, see, you can see the light right there. So the Schwintek rail, this measurement from here to here has to be a certain amount. And this rail is so far off that the seal is not even touching the wall. And so now this thing is having trouble going in and out. You can see, if you can see right there, see how the seal's touching there, but it's not touching here. The rail's in crooked. And so the slide is having some issues going in and out. Let's go inside and let me show you what's going on here, because we got more problems here. So as you can see, what all's in this slide: refrigerator, kitchen. And so if you ever had to pull the Schwintek out right here, obviously that's a pretty simple thing to do right there. But how do you do it over here? Kitchen counter's in the way. I mean, this is, what a nightmare, what a nightmare. And so there's rollers underneath this that help roll this in. Well, this side's kind of doing some crazy stuff. So I've got my bore scope in here, and you can see that roller right there. It's got stuff stuck on the roller. So the roller's got trash built up around it. The problem is, how do you get to that roller? So there's no access to this roller unless you pull this whole floor apart, which is going to be a nightmare. But as you can see, there's no access here. So, you know, I don't know. You know, you probably could cut a hole in here to get access to this, because, I mean, I don't know that I want to pull all this out. That cabinet and countertop's really nice looking. Besides the fact that that's aqua hot lines. There's drain lines right there for the sink. 120 volt. You got water and power. I mean, this thing would be a daggum nightmare to have to pull that out to get to that swing tech, because there's some of your screws. I don't know. Some of your screws, I don't know if you can see them or not. It's so hard. There's not much room. Yeah, see the screws right there? Now you can pull that fascia off and get to that, but how the heck do you do down here? I don't know. This is a little bit of a nightmare. So, you know, we're going to have that call with that customer and have this conversation. So obviously, a lot involved in that. And again, I don't know. This is one we're going to have. There's a lot happening right there. So obviously going to have that conversation with the customer. I don't know. It's just, I mean, this is what we run into, guys. All right, so this 6537 was actually at our shop last year. This gentleman was from Los Angeles, California. We ended up putting a compressor 1 in it. Compressor 2 now is giving issues. So it does have Freon on here, but they did notice in looking at this once they opened it up. Look at this capacitor right here. See how swollen that is? Capacitors are usually not swollen or they don't leak. So we're gonna put a meter on it, see what we got. So again, this guy came from a long ways, and so, you know, most people ask me, well, why didn't you change both compressors? You know, we don't see a lot of problems with compressors too, unless they've leaked out. You know, most of the time if they run, and Lewis is checking that one right now, and it's got zero. So it may be as simple as a capacitor problem. But we're gonna check that now. But you know, a lot of times we only replace that one capacitor. And again, if I knew what the other ones were gonna do, I mean, I'd be in Vegas right now, guys, betting on all the races there. I mean, you don't ever know. And you know, you hate to go in there and spend a ton of the customer's money, and you know, when that one might run for a long time. Now, the beauty about this is. This gentleman is from Los Angeles. Now that gentleman you see right there staring at that capacitor, he is actually from Oregon. That's Mr. Dave from Absolute RV.
Salem, Oregon.
Salem, Oregon. Guys, he's all the way out from Salem, Oregon, working with us this whole week, learning how to repair and service the basement airs. And this is great for us because we want to have somebody on the West Coast that we can send people to. And this gentleman right here from Los Angeles, you know, we could have got him up there to Dave, and Dave could take care of him. And Dave's been here all week working. We've worked on 3 so far this week. This is number 4. And guys, this is your guy on the West Coast. I mean, I got 100% faith in him. He's been in here, you know, I didn't know what his skill set was. He's been in here brazing copper. He's been in here charging the units. This guy's got it. I mean, he just needed a little direction, but he's got it. So if you're on the West Coast, this is the guy you need to see. All right, so they just got done running it, and this thing is blowing. It is blowing the high limit switch. So we're going to dive into this right now. Going to have a compressor and a biflow valve put in it. All right, so Dave and Mr. Lewis got that one running and found out they had an issue with the biflow valve on system 1. Now remember, we replaced that compressor last year, but I didn't have the availability of the biflow valves until here just lately. So we've gone in there and changed out that biflow valve. We've actually got it all vacuumed down. We've got it all charged, and they're getting ready to put the covers back on and test this. So that's just the way that goes. But hey, we got the parts to do it now. Some of that stuff's been hard to get a hold of, and I have finally got a hold of some of that stuff. So I apologize that this week's video is like all basement airs. We've just, I've been working with Dave all week, and Mr. Lewis and I have been over here just, you know, training with him. And again, he's going to be our dealer on the West Coast for doing that. And if you need his information, you can look off of our website, which is colemanbasementair.com. There'll be a link in on that webpage to get you to him. But so I've been busy doing all this. The boys have had lots of repair over here. But they've had a lot of quoting. Man, they've been quoting out. It's amazing the amount of stuff that's come in that has needed to be quoted out. So they've been spending a lot of time quoting out these, getting these jobs quoted out, and they've had a lot of stuff where they've had to do a lot of diag and, you know, go through and try to figure out what was going on with it, so that way they could get to the customer. And some of that stuff's gotten approved this week. So I haven't had much of that because the diag stuff, they usually in and out before I get the video done. So one of the other projects in the shop they've been working on is this Travato. Now, we did diag on this a 2 weeks ago. I don't know, it's been a little bit. But that one there got approved finally, and that's got that Rec Pro air conditioner, which, yeah, you know, I'm a Coleman guy. So, sure, the product's fine, but I'm a Coleman guy. So they're over here working on it now. They just pulled it in. It's got a roof seal, had some water leaking in, and then they're doing that air conditioner replacement. But yeah, so it's just been kind of a, you know, miss or hit week on stuff they've had going on, and I haven't been able to get a lot of that video. So anyways, they're starting to, that cycle's starting to come back around where now they've got a ton of stuff lined up and it's coming in. So anyways, you know, you just got to see more basement airs. That's what we do. But some of this other stuff will start hitting in the next videos. They've got this unit in here and they're testing. Now, you can see Mr. Lewis is fishing the thermostat out of the wall. Tell me what was going on with that thermostat, Lewis.
It was reading about almost 10 degrees difference, 10 degrees higher than what the actual temperature in here was.
Okay, so that thermostat was off by 10 degrees. Now, typically we will see a plus or minus of 2 degrees, but 10 degrees obviously is a problem. That is the original thermostat. So we are going to go ahead and update that and get it where it reads correctly. We got this one all finished up. Lewis had his 20 degrees, and you can see how much water's coming out of that one already. So this one, he's going to be buttoning up, and it'll be heading on its way. Well, that's going to get us all finished up for the week here at Shelburne RV. I appreciate everybody watching. Like I said again, you know, we're just doing a lunch of training with Dave. So, you know, we got a lot of stuff in the works. We'll have more coming up in the next week or so. But thanks for watching. Thanks for all your comments. Please like and subscribe. And if Gary was here, he would tell you this video is Cousin Gary approved. Y'all take care.